Welcome back, fight fans. Welcome back. Amir Khan, Terence Bud Crawford. What a fight. It was very interesting to see how the fight unfolded. As a technical knockout, for Terence Bud Crawford, he beat Amir Khan. They stopped the fight, Virgil Hunter and Amir Khan, after an accidental low blow is what they said. Virgil Hunter asked Amir Khan if he wanted to continue. Amir Khan said, no, I don't want to continue. So they basically quit. And the reason why Virgil was asking if he wanted to quit, and it was aside from the low blow. If you saw the fight early in the fight in the first round, you seen Amir Khan get dropped and hurt. Looked like the fight was over, but he was saved by the bell in the first round. Then after that, preceding the fight, Amir Khan had a few moments where he caught Terence Crawford with a few good shots. Terence Crawford looked like he was overly anxious to stop Amir Khan, but a little bit Terence Crawford settled down and started working Amir Khan, and looks like got back to hurting him. You could look at his legs and tell him that he was a little bit jittery, a little bit wobbly. He was just not right. You could tell Amir Khan was really ready to go the next big shot. He was getting punished. His face was all marked up. Terence Crawford was dominating the fight, in my opinion. And as I was watching the fight, you could tell that Virgil Hunter and Amir Khan, every time they went back to the corner, that they did not seem right. They did not seem confident in their abilities to win this fight. And I think that's why Virgil was asking Amir if he wanted to stop the fight. He knew he was in over his head against a fighter who was much stronger, much better, and at an elite level. And so that's ultimately why they wanted to stop the fight, not because of the low blow, because he didn't even take the 5 minutes for the low blow. So, when you get an accidental foul, low blow, or anything like that, they give you a full 5 minutes to rest, recuperate, try to get your bearings. And Amir Khan looked like he had no, intentions of taking that full 5 minutes. He didn't want it. Virgil Hunter asked him, and this was the perfect opportunity to quit, give up, and move on. And that's what happened. You see, Amir Khan just wanted no more of Terence Bud Crawford. And, Virgil Hunter didn't want Amir Khan to go out like he went out so many other times, by a brutal knockout. So this was the best way for Amir Khan to go out with a little bit of dignity, in their opinion, without being severely injured or hurt or beat up by Terence Bud Crawford, because you could tell, especially the way the fight was going, that it was going to happen. The fact that Amir Khan was getting touched cleaner and cleaner as the rounds went by, his face was getting marked up, his legs were getting shaky, and he had already been dropped and severely injured in the first round. So we already know that Terence Bud Crawford had this wrapped up, and it was already over. Now, as far as Terence Bud Crawford and Errol Spence Jr., Errol Spence Jr. needs to step up and take this fight. If Errol Spence Jr. does not fight Terence Bud Crawford next, it's an official duck. There's no excuse for Errol Spence Jr. not to take the fight. All these fanboys out here blaming Bob Arum. Bob Arum wants to make the fight because he believes Terence Crawford can win it. Bob Arum made the Floyd-Manny Pacquiao fight, and we all know that Floyd was the one holding that fight up. We have to be honest and unbiased. Terence Bud Crawford can't put a gun, to Al Heyman's head or Errol Spence's head and make these guys step up and take the fight. Errol Spence say he has no promoter. He says he's his own man. Then why don't you take the fight? Why don't you step up and make this fight happen? He's already stated which promotional companies he will and will not fight on platforms. Errol Spence Jr. says he's his own boss, a free agent. Take the Bud Crawford fight. This is a direct call out. This is a direct challenge. He needs to take the Bud fight next, or he's a complete duck. The writing is on the wall, and I've been saying it for the longest, and I can guarantee you the benefits outweigh everything. Everybody's saying, why wouldn't he fight Sean Porter next? Let's see the pros and cons of Porter versus Crawford. If you fight Terence Crawford, you're automatically a top pound for pound fighter. If you fight and beat Terence Crawford, you're a pound for pound fighter. If you fight and beat Terence Crawford, you unify a belt. If you fight and beat Terence Crawford, you're ultimately the best at 147. If you fight and beat Terence Crawford, you also make a huge payday, the biggest payday you're going to get fighting anyone at this point in your career, if aside from Canelo Alvarez, and I doubt that Errol Spence would take that type of risk. And if you fight and beat Terence Bud Crawford, you're an automatic pay-per-view star. But if you fight, a guy like Sean Porter, you're none of those things. The only thing that you do is unify a belt. But if you fight Terence Bud Crawford, you unify a belt, you become, a cash cow, you become a pay-per-view star, and you become a pound-for-pound fighter. There's no question to your legacy. There's no reason why you shouldn't take this fight. And all I hear is excuses from Errol Spence Jr. and his fanboys as to why they do not want to take this fight, as why they do not want this fight. And I think Bud Crawford is really anxious to get this fight done, and this is the fight he ultimately wants. If Errol Spence Jr. does not take this fight, he's officially a ducker. But once again, unbiased as always, it's the IBFP. Please share, like, and you must absolutely subscribe.